Alrighty then. Welcome back to J&J Mondays. That's actually on a Monday for a change. This is
That's wrong. We
J77.
should change it to J&J Sundays if we're going to be doing this on a Monday.
Nah, I'm keeping it on Monday. It might as well be be that way. And before I get started, I know this is gonna be a short, short show, but I have to tell you, I have to do an apology for what happened last week. As you guys have seen, the video just shut off. I actually forgot to put the link to Johnson's channel because I was so out of it at that time.
It's
But
okay.
we
I forgot to put like the last two episodes up on my blog.
so it's one of those things that happened. It was a disaster, and again, normally that wouldn't happen if AT&T still had Starbucks internet connection, but they don't. Google has it, and for some reason, Google decides to keep crapping out every now and then. Now, I'm not at Google's. I'm actually at a mom and pop shop who have their own connection. It works fine. I've dealt with them plenty of times, and I'm gonna be doing it from now on, especially with the shows that I'm gonna be doing because it's more convenient for me to have that done. I always like doing it in a coffee shop. It's unique. I get my stuff done, I get my work done. So I wanted to apologize for that because it's something I did not intend to happen, and rightfully so. It's not the best way to run a show. That is not a good thing to run a show, and I do apologize for that. Now, for those who don't know why my face is not being shown, the one disadvantage about this coffee shop is that I'm surrounded by glass. If it was cloudy, you would have seen my face. It's not cloudy. The sun is pouring in, and even though it's a beautiful day in New York, the sun tends to get in the way of the light. So every now and then I might have to go on this audio, which is fine. It doesn't really matter as long as the topic is being brought up. And we do have a couple of topics we want to talk about, and I want to get this thing done because I'm looking at the time, and yeah, well, we don't have much time to deal with. So let's just get started here. Um, I saw a couple of trailers. I was going to do this as the premiere entertainment roundup. I probably still will do it because I'm actually going to be on the process of recording that. But I want to talk to you about it because you said something on a text that actually surprised me, and that is the Terminator. But let me just get started on some of the stuff I did see. Um, Mission Impossible 5, Spectre, which is the latest James Bond movie. I have seen Hitman Agent 47. That is the what they claim to be the reboot of the original disaster of a film, Hitman. I did not like that film too much.
I like the
Um,
film Hitman. Even I don't play the game series, but my fiance Rev Resner, who is a huge fan of the games, loved the movie. I love Timothy Olyphant as the Hitman, and for the new Hitman movie, Agent 47, I believe the Hitman is from the show Homeland. I
well,
think.
there's a lot of things. There's a lot of history between that film. That film, you realize that the original actor was supposed to be Paul Walker,
Oh yeah.
and
No, I didn't.
unfortunately, yeah, yeah, he was asked to play that part, and unfortunately, he died of a tragic accident, which was passed on to this actor. Now, I will say this about the movie. I might as well just stuck with this movie because you did like the game. I didn't like. I liked the
I,
game. I didn't like the movie. Um, and I
I
tell you
never
why.
played
I
the
felt it
game
was.
before. I can't do consoles, so. And then the Hitman
It's a good
game
game.
series is like the more about sneaking than outright attacking, and I'm more comfortable with games where I just, kill stuff.
Well, I was not a big fan of the movie. Action-wise, it was decent, but I just felt the story was just typical of every other movie story I've seen over the years. So that was the biggest problem I had. And this one, it looks like it's the same thing. A lot of action, a lot of explosions, and but it doesn't seem to have much else to give other than the fact is he's looking for the person who started the the agents, as they say. So I'll say this: if you're an action fan, if you love action, if you love big time explosions, this movie is for you. I think the film will work fine for you. You're not looking for anything else other than that. If you're looking for something that makes sense, you might want to stay clear of this one. I think this is for diehard action fans only. The same thing with Mission Impossible 5, which is called Rogue Nation. I have a lot of questions about this film. First off, we knew Tom Cruise was going to come back for this film. We knew that it was going to be another Mission Impossible, especially after what is it called? Protocol? Something Protocol. I
Ghost
keep getting
Protocol.
that subtitle name messed.
Yeah.
All right, but we knew that film was probably the best of the series. For many people, it felt like a Mission Impossible movie, more so than the original three. And so seeing this didn't surprise me. I
Yes.
do have a
Well,
lot of
no,
questions because
Ghost
when I saw the
Protocol
trailer, I
had
asked myself,
Scotty and Hawkeye. So
yeah, but here's this thing about this trailer. You know they have this guy Simon Pegg in this movie.
mhm.
Simon Pegg is in this film, and it looks like he's a comic relief character. And I don't know if this works well as a comic relief. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it may surprise me. Maybe it will, be beneficial for the film. But I don't know if a Mission Impossible film needs comic relief.
Well,
But the same,
Simon Pegg was good in in Ghost Protocol, so I haven't seen the full trailer, but from what I've seen of it, I've just been glad that his character is returning because he did do a good job in the last movie.
yeah, but it seemed like they're doing too much comic relief with him. And I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting with the character. I am curious about one thing. Did they kill off his wife in this movie? Because in the trailer, there's some girl got shot, and I'm like, is that his wife? Did they kill her off? I don't know. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff they're bringing into it. I actually like trailers who actually leave you in the dark a little bit, but I don't know. I think they are mixing it a little bit too much with comedy than just basically the action that you come to expect. Now, is it going to be mean it's going to be a bad film? Absolutely not. But I am curious of how this Rogue Nation, which is stated, and I'm not buying it because if it makes money, it's going to make another one. It's stated to be the last of the Mission Impossibles.
It's always great when franchises have the final chapter and the two sequels afterwards.
It definitely feels like that. Furious 7 is out now. It has made a lot of money. The trailer was very good, and from what I understand, it lived up to expectations. Give
I'm
anything
not really
away, but I will
interested
say
in
this:
Fast and
I
Furious
think people will be.
movies, but I like the Jason Statham. I love that actor for multiple reasons. So I'm like, oh, I might have to check this out when it comes out on Blu-ray or DVD.
Oh, you're not gonna watch it in theaters? How
I
could
don't
you?
know. It's hard for me to get to theaters and see things.
Uh,
So I have to sort of be choosy on what I, do go to see.
well, I will say that they did a good job promoting the trailer was actually pretty good, and I'm only bringing it up because there are some trailers that deserve recognition. I give kudos because they really done a good job of pumping up people up for this movie. This is a
The
weird
one,
franchise because
the one car that just goes from like one building to another. I'm like, okay, you got Jason Statham and you have ridiculous action sequences like that. Might need to check it out.
hey, listen, if you haven't seen the other ones, it's cartoon action. There's no way that can actually work in real life. But you know what? That's what you like about this film. I will say this: I was never a fan of the first film. I didn't think the first film was that big of a deal. I still say that the second film, Too Fast, Too Furious, the dumbest name in the whole entire franchise, was the worst of the franchise. Tokyo Drift, it had its moments. Wasn't a great film, but it wasn't a bad film. It was just good old fashioned fun. And then they did something I never thought was possible. They made it equal. An equal. It's not a prequel, not a sequel, but in between a film that was already started. Because keep in mind, Fast and Furious, Fast Five, Fast and Furious Six takes place between the second and the third, and they finally got a true sequel, which is Furious Seven. I honestly think that these films are way better than the original three because they actually have something else going. They actually have a plot line, a situation going on. There's more at stake, and I think that for the most part, I'm actually kind of happy that they have made it this one. It's sad. A lot of changes has happened. Paul Walker's death really had affected this franchise. We still don't know if Vin Diesel will ever do another Fast and Furious movie after this. There was supposed to be at least two more, but obviously that has been taken off the map right now, and rightfully so. I don't know if they're gonna I don't think they're gonna reboot it. This is a franchise that doesn't need to reboot. You can actually go from eight and have a new cast, and then that will pretty much bring it in there. But the question is, should they end it at seven? I think they should, at least for now, give it time for this franchise to breathe over. But for the most part, that trailer did its job. I mean, the trailer was goofy, fun, action packed. Seeing Rock getting rock bottom was kind of crazy, but it is what it is, and I think that they did a great job.
Yeah, I wasn't really interested in the series, but the trailer did a very good job at making me say, maybe I should check this out.
Yeah, I think the marketing was very, very good. Up next, Pixar makes its return. And the name escapes me now. This is about a.
Inside Out?
I can give you the. Yeah, thank you. I think that's what it is. It's the first original Pixar film they had in years. It's the first original Pixar. It's the first Pixar film in over a year because Pixar decided to take a year vacation, which I think that was a good move from them. They didn't need to pump out every film every year, and a lot of people is actually looking forward to this. I've seen the trailer and I actually laughed because this reminds me of another movie, and I can't seem to get the movie's name. I know Bill Murray
Osmosis
starred in it.
Jones?
Bill Murray starred in this movie.
Osmosis Jones?
It was Germs. I think so because he was like,
It's like
Bill
a
Murray had like
ninja
these guys
thingy.
fighting the Germs and something. It was kind of.
Yeah. There was
Mhm.
a animation and then live
But
action.
yeah, the animation came in first. The animation came in second. But this reminds me of that. Only this time is the girl going to a girl's mind, how they react, and when they what they see, what the girl's doing. And you got the feeling, you got fear, you got anger, you got all these emotions in this girl's mind, and it's kind of interesting. It's an interesting concept. I'm not buying this is the original because again, we've seen certain films similar to this, but it's nice to see Pixar do something that's not a prequel or a sequel or a sequel just original storyline, and I think they're gonna do just well. I think they're gonna nail it right here because a lot of people were looking for Pixar to make a big comeback, especially after people said, and I'm not buying. I'm not one of them. I'm not buying that Pixar fell off. Is Cars 2 was a great thing? No, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great. Brave was pretty good. I actually thought Brave was actually
Brave
pretty good.
was May. I like the feminist thing of Maria. I can't pronounce her name today. Like she has like no love interest at all. Like I don't care about boys. I don't care about a relationship. All I want to do is shoot arrows. I like that, but the overall story, I mean, I know it's a kids movie, so of course it will have to end happy, but it just seemed to me like too direct a route, and once I can easily predict a movie, I don't really like it as much because it's like, what's the point of watching? I know what's going to happen.
Well, like I said, it's not one of those films that I consider to be a terrible film. It was good. I actually enjoyed it. But I felt that
The
that
animation's
Pixar, I think
good.
was,
The animation is
I think
good.
that I think Pixar honestly did what Disney did, overdid it with year after year after films, and I just think they warped the ideas. This year they didn't have no films, so they have a chance to get their heads together. They have a lot of stuff in the works. They still want to make a Toy Story 4. I don't know why,
I
but
don't. The third one ended the series extremely well. I mean, there were plot lines tied up, and it's just, it was sort of also a Andy's story of growing up, and so it's sort of coming of age. So that story ended. Andy's not there, so why do we need to continue? When, the same
I,
thing will probably happen with the girl of her growing up.
I don't know. I hope they just leave it as be. I think Toy Story 3 is good enough, but they are thinking about making it. But this will be
There
the
was like
first
a little
return
mini
of Pixar.
Halloween little short of, after Toy Story 3 that worked, but that worked. It was a short. It wasn't this whole long movie.
Hmm. Well, we'll see what happens. I really am curious on how Pixar is going to make that comeback because Disney has had free reign and they did a great job. Disney had a couple animated films that came out. One I didn't care for. One you told me I got to watch, which I will be watching this week. I
What is
hadn't had a chance to pick it up.
Big
Um,
Hero 6?
Big Hero 8,
6.
Big
It's
Hero
Big
6,
Hero.
5, or one of them. I
What
want
are
to see Big Hero.
numbers?
I'm just called Big Hero. But that trailer was pretty good. The other trailer, what other trailer did I've seen? Spectre, which a lot of people are upset. I never seen so many Bond fans mad over a trailer before in my life.
I liked it.
I mean, well, that was one of the best trailers I've seen. You know why? They didn't give me anything.
Yeah, I believe it was a
The whole thing
teaser
was shrouded in mystery.
trailer. I believe it was a
Yes,
teaser trailer, so.
and they did its job. It kept me
What's going
wondering what the hell's
on?
going on with this series.
Were some Bond fans mad that this movie seems to be delving into Bond's, family history, making Bond, a person with a family and not what a lot of fans like to speculate that James Bond is a code name, so that theory is now non-canon, tossed out the window.
Well, here's the thing. One person complained about it was not enough action. I'm sorry, have you seen the last trailer of Skyfall teaser trailer? It wasn't that much action either. But here's the thing why I love this trailer. One, it gave us an idea that something Bond knows about, and it's something linking to probably one of his greatest enemies in the whole entire franchise, Spectre. Um, I like the fact that Mr. White is back. It gives a connection between Quantum and Spectre. Which, let's be honest, anyone who's a Bond fan who has seen the first two Daniel Craig films know that Quantum was Spectre. That was a different name, and the only reason why they couldn't use Spectre in the beginning of the Daniel Craig genre, Daniel Craig's
Run. We
run,
can just
they
call
didn't
it
have their
Run.
license. Spectre was not. Hmm. They didn't have the license for Spectre. They couldn't. They wasn't allowed to use any of the characters from Spectre. Now they can. Now they can use the characters for the Spectre, and now we're gonna bring it in here. And I'm looking forward for this. I like the fact that you have, which you know is Blofeld, just in the shadows, and you see him talking. And it's like the only thing missing is that damn cat. That was the only thing I was looking for. I'm like, why? It's like, where's the cat? Where's the cat?
Hang on, I got a cat. Okay, it's a snowman, but just pretend it's a cat.
Yes. Now that's the one signature move that they messed up. But other than that, I liked the way they introduce it. They're letting you know something sinister is about to happen, and it will affect the Bond franchise from here on out. People are mad over a teaser trailer. It's a teaser trailer. It's not going to give you anything. That's what the teaser trailer is supposed to do.
The teaser is to say, hey, there's going to be a trailer, a full trailer later, so getting you pumped up about the movie, getting you pumped about the actual trailer. That's the teaser trailer's
Yes,
job. It's not to tell the plot.
exactly. And here's the thing, and movie theaters have been really going against Hollywood on this lately. They don't. I don't want to see a trailer that's going to spoil my movie. All right, too many times we've seen like how many trailers are you going to make for one film? 6 trailers. You just gave me 2/3 of the film. So
And some
now
trailers
I'm not pumped up now.
give away the whole, movie. Luckily, a lot of them seem to be bad movies, so it's like, okay, I don't have to pay five or $10 to go to the movies to see this. I've seen the movie.
Exactly. And let me tell you, I want to remind fans of something. The last trailer who done that was a good movie called The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. That film underperformed. It didn't bomb, but it underperformed because they decided they thought it was a good idea to give you a 6-minute trailer.
I've loved the American adaptation. I've seen both, versions, and I like the I like Daniel Craig, and I like the lady that they got to play the title character, Lisbeth. She's like they really did her up so she looked extremely different than what she does, normally. Like you compare a picture of the actress normally to how she's dressed up for the movie, is like night and day.
Well, it definitely was. And I think they're gonna do this fine. I understand that they had some issues with the script, largely because somebody basically leaked that the script was bad, and they did some changes and everything else. I don't know if they would over budget to make Spectre or not, but I'm still looking forward to it. It's about time we have a villain that Bond actually is familiar with, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. The all the pieces are finally in place. We have M now. We have Moneypenny. We have Q, and it looks like they're moving forward. I'm not worried about it at all. This is just a teaser, and a little hint for you guys: the film is not done yet. They're still filming, so they're not gonna give you everything when they haven't even finished filming yet. This is just something to tell you, hey, we're coming out, get ready, Bond is coming back. Um, I'm gonna move on from this because I think fans need to calm down. I think that if you learn from history, sometimes the trailers that don't give you much, or sometimes the best movies that came out. And speaking of
Inception.
movies coming out in the holidays, Star Wars Awakening. God. Star Wars Awakening.
The
Have you
Force
seen the trailer?
Awakens. Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
I'm calling it Awakening because
Hmm,
yeah, well,
fine.
I just call it Wake Up. but I am
I've seen the
happy to
teaser
see original Star
trailer.
Wars series.
I think it's just a teaser trailer again, unless
Um,
a longer one came out.
it's a teaser.
Okay,
It's a
just
teaser.
making
The longer
sure.
one probably come out for another few months. Um, I like the what I've seen so far. I am still concerned about a few things, mainly because of the dialogue. I'm kind of curious on how they're gonna J.J. Abrams is going to betray this so-called different canon because they want to try and ignore everything that the books have done over the past 30 years, which I think is
Well, I
unfair.
don't
But
blame them
I'll
for
leave
cutting
that for
out
another
the
blog.
expanded universe because for a couple of years, I tried to keep up with reading the old stuff and keeping up with the new, and it's like near impossible. So I can understand why they took that huge chunk and just said, okay, we're going to, start afresh. It's less things to deal with. But I do hope
I
they do bring in Grand Admiral Thrawn in some point. Not maybe not in this movie, but in a later sequel.
Well, I tell you one thing. This marks the first time, and I think since 1977, that the film is coming out on Christmas, which I don't know if that was done by accident because Harrison Ford got hurt. But it is nice to see that they're not going with the summer blockbuster this time. They're going and say we're gonna make this a holiday film, which I can agree, I can live with that. I actually think that that's kind of cool. Um, I'm actually glad we actually have one, which George Lucas have always teased about, but never got around to it. Um, I'm like one
I'm
of those
glad
guys.
that
I think I need to see another trailer.
George Lucas has been isn't making episode 7 because while I do have a place in my heart for the prequels, it's like no, let's try something different, something new.
Well, I'm not mad. Unlike other Star Wars fans, I'm not mad at George Lucas. I think George wanted to do it. I think the problem with George Lucas is that there was no one around to
To
help him,
control him.
say, no, this is not going to work. Just to keep him at bay. I think that was the biggest issue. Um, but I'm gonna say right now, I liked it the first episode one. Did not like the second episode two, and I thought episode three was a very very good ending that bring everything together. So am I gonna sit here and say I hated the prequels? No, because I'd be lying. I saw the prequels in the theaters. I actually was not expecting too much because here's a little secret about films. Look at the advertisement, look at the marketing. You can easily tell. what they're gunning for. If you see a marketing and look, episode one was a perfect example of that. People should have realized he was making it into a kids' film when Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, Pepsi, every board game you can possibly find, every video game that you can possibly find. So yeah, they made me making it a kids' film. I can't expect too much, other than the fact that it's going to be Star Wars and we make it a lot of swordplay, and I got that. So it's not that, but the Force Awakening, I'm hoping it's going to be dark. I'm hoping that it's going to have a strong story. I'm hoping to have character development and depth. Um, I didn't see it in that trailer. I see a
Well,
lot of stuff that made my eyes wide, but that's as far as I can go. I don't know who this character is that I saw at the beginning of the trailer. I see the Falcon, but I didn't see Harrison Ford. I saw this guy dressed in a role with a lightsaber that is,
that has a hilt too.
yes, which I actually kind of like. Um, but other than that, I can't tell you anything else other than what the teaser trailer have. It just says Star Wars is back, coming this December. Okay, that's it. So, second trailer. Um, Looking forward for that. Now, moving on. I think everybody saw the Avengers, so I'm not even going to go crazy with that one. I did not see the other two Avengers trailers. I made a rule. I see one, that's all I need to see. I think the teaser trailer gave me just enough that I don't need to see the other trailers. I am curious how Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch is going to be portrayed. This is actually, we're going to have two versions in the franchise. One from the X-Men universe, which sadly they're not in the Avengers universe for some reason.
Well,
And we
because
have one
they're
from
X-Men
the
and Avengers are owned by two different studios, which is why they can't converge and why, Agents of Shield or, any of the MCU can do mutants and I think some other
well,
alien species too. It's why the
if
show Agents of Shield has the Inhumans in place of the mutants.
listen, I'll say this right now. If 20th Century Fox and whatever studio owns Avengers can get together and say, yeah, you can use this character, you can get together and say, you know what? Let's get together and really give us an Avenger story. I'm looking forward for Secret Wars. I want to see it. I want to see Spider-Man get his powers from another planet, for Christ's sakes. But that's just wishful thinking. I don't know. Age of Ultron, I don't think it's nothing to be said. I think that this is going to
I
be
need it.
a very, very successful film, and I'm looking forward to see how. I'm looking forward for this movie. I love the first Avengers. I had a ball with that film. I'm going to have a ball with this film. I have no worries at all, especially when the director Josh Whedon
Josh
is coming
Whedon,
back to
yeah.
do this. He is definitely.
It's
I'm not no
strange.
worries.
Like I go on Tumblr and people are saying, "Oh, he's so problematic. Oh, I can't wait until he leaves." And it's just like he's one of like the few directors I pay attention to. He's one of the few uh, directors that I trust that has never disappointed me before. I mean, if you want to say even when he goes at his lowest, he is awesome.
All right, now I don't think
Sorry,
there's
I
nothing else to
can't
be said. I think
go.
you said it from. I think you said everything I need to say. I don't need to go any further. Josh Whedon balanced the series out. I think he's going to balance it out this one. That's all I got to say about that. Now, oh my God, Terminator Genesis, which is spelled wrong by the way, but I'll just
Oh,
leave
it
that
was
one alone.
originally spelled correctly, but then the title got a nice change.
I don't know what the hell they're thinking. It's just spelled the way it's supposed to be spelled. Okay, I looked at that and said that's not Genesis, but whatever. I saw the trailer. Uh, I'm gonna say this. There's a few good things I like, and there's a few things I did not like. Let's call it like it is. The dragon lady from Game of Thrones looks awesome.
Yeah, yeah, Amelia.
I think I think she is going to play a very good Sarah Connor. I do have a question though. How old is she?
I don't
Is
care
she in
what.
her late 20s?
I don't know. I really
She
don't
looks like
know.
she's still a teenager in that movie. She really does. I was very surprised about. Wow, she looks very. I didn't really because she doesn't have that blonde hair, but she looks very young. It's like wow. I know Linda Hamill was young when she did the first Terminator film, but she didn't. But she still looked like she belongs in college,
Oh,
or she
she's
belongs. You know, she can live
Amelia
on her own.
Clark is 28 years old.
She looks like she's 17 in that movie.
Oh, good. And height. She has my same height, uh, same age, same birth month, and same year.
Oh, that's very
Yeah.
nice. You got something in
And she
common.
gets to be famous. Damn it.
Well, I'll say this. She will definitely do justice to the Sarah Connor role. I think she will do things very very good. I kind of find it interesting that this Terminator film have actually took a page from Star Trek, which is okay. We're gonna reboot the series, but we're not gonna reboot the series. We're just gonna say this is the alternate universe, and we're just gonna go start fresh from new, which is kind of weird. I'm
I,
actually looking and saying, okay, this is how they did it. All right, so thank you for telling me this ahead of time.
yeah, I think it's sort of a good thing to do, especially with a long-running fandom. It's so that you don't say the most cherished movies by the majority of fans are not canon. They're still canon, but and yet they're still able to tell their own story.
And this is where I have a problem. Let's get started with this one effect that I had a big issue with when I saw this trailer. You have old Arnold Schwarzenegger who's supposed to be the Terminator. I'm saying, okay, so we now came to the conclusion that Terminators can get old. So that's exactly what you just told me. Because from what I understand, he came back before Sarah Connor was a teenager. She was a child, and he saved her from the Terminator that was supposed to kill him. Okay. Then you see Arnold Schwarzenegger 1985 versus Arnold Schwarzenegger post governor of Los Angeles, and I'm like looking at this effect and said, no, this is not gonna work. I'm sorry, this looks so out of place
I just
that it's
think
not gonna
that
work.
Arnold has come and gone in the Terminator franchise, and that people hold on too much onto him too much, and it's just like, no, we can throw that away and come with something new.
I am happy he's there, but at the same time, I kind of wondering what role is he really gonna play? How is he gonna make this series better than what it was the last two series? And again, I probably wouldn't have gotten too much gripe about it if they actually done the right thing the first time with Terminator Salvation, which I didn't think it was terrible,
It's my
but
favorite of the
it wasn't
series.
John Connor's movie. It was something else.
Yes.
I noticed. But then again, I kind of wondered because of the star that there's this. But I'm worried, we're concerned. And here's another thing. Could this please not be a PG-13 film? That we
Well,
keep the Terminator film the way it's supposed to be. Can
I
we
think it,
please? I mean, it looks like they're going the PG-13 route. I'm hoping I'm not. I'm hoping I'm not. I'm wrong. But I don't
uh,
want to see a PG-13 Terminator. I don't. I'm tired of it.
um, it's might be going to. Oh God, let me see if IMDb will work for me for a moment because I believe it is PG-13 or it
Oh, God.
probably. But me and some other fans have tried to make a little bit of an outcry. Like it's a R-rated series. You don't. You can. Why PG-13? I need
I
around an
don't know
hour
what
to
I'm in.
get my feelings in any organized manner.
Okay, but here's the thing. Other than that, I do like some of the stuff I did like. You didn't like this trailer at all, so I gotta hear why you got. I'm gonna let you have the floor. What
It's
was it
not
about this
really. I
trailer
hate the
that you
trailer.
can't
I
stand?
haven't been keeping up with news because I work for a Terminator fan site, so I've had to keep up with the news and everything that's happening. You know, happening behind the scenes and just. It's like I knew about the leaked script before that actually became public. So sometimes I have details that I can't exactly share, but it's like I won't say anything about the leaks script because I believe now like everyone's reporting on it, but I don't want to give away, spoilers. Fuck, it's just
But
okay. If we're going from the,
something really irks rubs you the wrong way.
it's like a Jay Courtney as John Connor. Like I've watched every trailer so far. The teaser, the one at the Super Bowl, and the one that's like recently been released, which finally shows J.K. Simmons' role. And like Jay Courtney was just like not John Connor. I had to pause and like read the comments to find out that's who that guy was. Was like
So you're not happy with the casting. That's one. That's one. Are
that's
you concerned about
it's
the action?
the casting. I like Amelia Clark. She's the one I'm happiest about. I think Arnold could lead the series. He didn't have to be in it. Hell, with a Terminator Salvation, there was like a CGI Arnold, just so there'd be Arnold in the film, and we just need to get over that. Matt Smith is in it, and I'm interested to see what he's going to do with the role. But the only person I'm really interested in seeing in the movie is Amelia Clark. I think the action should be good. I mean, there seemed to be action in the trailer, but with a PG rating, you can only go so far. And I've heard
Well, I
with the
guess.
punk scene from the original movie, it's going to be changed. I rumor that they're just basically going to run away. There's not really going to be kicking of ass.
I'm hoping that's not the case. But again, I haven't seen the official rating yet, so I'm leaving it as that. And hopefully, my fears about this being Peter Teen will be relinquished. Again, just from looking at the trailer, it looks like it's PG-13. I could be wrong. They could surprise me. This film could surprise me. But here's the thing. I'll say it right now. They didn't need to reboot this series. All they needed to do was just, okay, so
Continue.
Terminator Salvation wasn't that well received. Fine. Make another film. Make it better. Look what didn't work. Look what did work. And then continue on because there's so much you could have done with Christian Bale being John Connor. To me, that was my biggest gripe. Christian Bale was a co-star in his own movie.
Yeah, the thing
How's
with
that possible?
Christian Bale, he was originally supposed to be Marcus Wright, but then when he made them make his role John Connor, they had to put him in more scenes. And originally, I believe in the original script, John Connor didn't really appear until the final part of the movie. So he was
Oh, so they
trying.
would have been worse.
No, actually, you can. I like that they, with Terminator Genesis, they help show that this Terminator universe isn't all about John Connor. That there's people with their own storylines that are just as important and interesting.
Yeah, that's why they should have kept the TV series going. But we all know how that ended. So,
Oh, they go. I
that's all I
can
got to
tell
say about the
you.
trailers.
But it was all about John Connor still. It was still focusing on him, but it did sort of branch out, which was awesome. And where's the season 3? I'm waiting.
All right. We got one more topic to go. We had fun with the trailer talk, actually, and again, you can see all these trailers on YouTube. They're definitely there for your watching desires. I have to talk about the music industry. It's very important because a lot of stuff has been going on. Jay Z had made the news this weekend in a good light, and to me, I'm actually happy he's doing this for a lot of reasons because there are a lot of independent music makers that are not getting any kind of play from a lot of the big time studios, mainly because of They don't follow that trend that the music studios have. And two, and this is something that's been hurting the music industry a lot more than I think that people realize is they don't pay off a lot of royalties for the music. Most of the time, when these stars make their money, it's through tours. But in terms of album sales, it hasn't been as it used to be. JC have announced an app. It's $20 a month. I believe it's called Trottle. I believe I could be wrong. Josh, if you can look that up, because I'm right now. I'm a little bit scared of my
What are
computer right
you
now.
looking up?
But JC have launched a new. He launched a new music app called Trottle, where both musicians who are signed and not signed can have their music be heard. It's a $20 a month app, and a lot of people are really buzzing about this, and rightfully so. This could be a very big move and a very big boost for the music industry, which, let's be honest, especially in New York, has been suffering lately. Keep in mind, I don't know how it is in Orlando, where you are, but in New York, the albums, the record stores are dying. I mean, they're on a endangered species list. That's just the tip of the iceberg. A lot of radios are simply not playing certain musics, and if you're a fan of rock and roll, you're not going to hear it in New York. That's it. They're pretty much gone, except for classic rock. So the music industry has been suffering lately, and a lot of people are blaming the fact that a lot of people want the music for free. A lot of other people are saying that the CDs for music is still expensive as it was now. It's pretty much the same price as it was in the early to mid '80s when CDs were practically new. So there's a lot of stuff that's happening. There's no denying that the MP3 players that we have played a huge part of it. Instead of people buying the whole album, they're only buying one song or two songs, and that has played a big role as well. But either way, I think JC's move is a good one because one, if we can finally forget about those who are signed, they're signed, they're being heard at one point. The independent artists who are not signed, the independent artists that are very good, very talented, that don't have their music spread out or people barely heard about them. That's the main reason why I actually like this because it actually gives a chance for these musicians to actually bring their talent out into the open, and a lot of people is involved with it. Pharrell is said to be involved with it. Beyonce, Jay Z, of course, a lot of major mega superstars are involved in this, and they are pretty much with partnership with major label studios. But make no mistake about it, it is something that's big. Now it is expensive. It's $20. I believe you have to have a certain kind of phone to have the app. But it is something that could bring a fresh start to a lot of musicians, and the royalties that the musicians have is attractive. There's no question about it. So for me, I'm hoping this works. Um, I hope that this is going to be something that's going to help, especially independent artists. Granted, there's a lot of people not happy with the price. Like I said, it's expensive. But there was one person, I believe, from Entertainment Tonight, have said something that I think is very important.
Hello? Jock Early? Hello? Um, uh, yeah. Yeah. Can't seem to hear you, Jocker. Oh, God. Okay, it seems like Druckerly has gone silent. Oh, no, let's see. No internet connection. Oh, fucking god, shit. Oh, fuck. One, two. Okay. Shit. Okay, it's still live.